Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you're doing well. Some 15 years ago, my father died, and at the time, I didn't have a really good relationship with him. He was a doctor, a very left brain type of person who didn't really understand what I was doing with my life, making music, getting into spirituality, living a yogi life. He didn't really approve, I think. He didn't understand. It was very difficult for us to talk about it. So we had a sort of a shallow relationship in which we didn't really talk about the things that really mattered to us, I think. And when he died, it was, I think I didn't feel so much. I was, for one reason, I think it was because I was so aware that he is a soul. He's not dying. Nobody ever dies. And so I wasn't really sad. And the other thing was that he wasn't very happy towards the end of his life, especially about his life, about the way things were going. And so it really felt like a liberation. And that evening, actually, I was laying in bed and sort of staring at the ceiling, and all of a sudden I saw his face. And we had a conversation together, which was actually very touching, because I saw that he was out of his program and that he was liberated, and he looked very surprised that what life looked like from his perspective, from where he was now. And something very touching happened, because he told me that he now really understood what I'd been doing, and he even bowed in a very beautiful way, which was very touching and healing for me, because he was the kind of guy who never, I can't remember anyway, ever said, "I'm proud of you, son." And so this is something that a son wants to hear, right? You want your father to be proud of you, and he never ever really said that. So it was something my child was still longing for. And but there was another thing, and that's what I wanted to tell you about, which he said. He said that when he looked back on his life, he realized that he had only been on earth for a few days. For a few days. But he was 70 when he died, or 69. And he said, "I've only been here for a few days. All of those other days, I was on my way to something. I was on my way to become a better doctor. I was on my way to get a degree. I was on my way to get out of poverty. I was on my way to get respect or whatever." And he said, "I was never really there for you, my children, my wife." And he was really sorry about that. I mean, I could just feel his sadness, his pain. But the interesting thing was, what he said was, those few days on earth were so worth it. They were so incredibly beautiful. The privilege of having been on earth in a human body, amazing. So I wanted to share this with you, because sometimes we take life for granted, but the privilege of being alive on earth in a body, and what are the chances? But you're here now, alive on earth. Wow, isn't that a miracle? Isn't that amazing? So I want to thank my dad for conveying that message to me and making me aware of how precious this life is, this moment is. And I want to thank you for listening to this story. And I love you very much. My name is Tijn. I'm from Amsterdam, sending you love. And I hope you have a very precious day on earth.